Welcome to the Boring Podcast. Tonight we'll calmly talk through something that happened, perhaps, or didn't. If this helps you drift off, we've done our job. Feel free to do nothing at all.
Yes, welcome. We're going to discuss something quite ordinary, something you likely encounter every day without a second thought. We'll explore this mundane item in meticulous detail, slowly and methodically, draining it of any potential excitement. Tonight, we'll be discussing zipper pouches, specifically how they are made. Not the exciting parts, mind you, just the regular, everyday processes. It's quite late, isn't it? Perhaps you're already feeling a bit sleepy. That's good. That's what we aim for.
Zipper pouches. Those small, often rectangular, sometimes square, occasionally round, fabric containers. They hold things. Small things, usually. Coins, keys, sometimes toiletries. They have a zipper. A zipper that opens and closes. It's a fascinatingly uninteresting topic. Perfect for a late-night discussion when you just want to unwind and, well, not think too much. We'll delve into the surprisingly unexciting world of zipper pouch manufacturing, step by painstakingly slow step. Perhaps you have a zipper pouch near you. Perhaps not. It doesn't really matter.
The process begins, as many things do, with materials. Fabric, primarily. Often nylon, sometimes canvas, perhaps polyester. These materials are chosen for their material properties. Durability, flexibility, things like that. They come in large rolls. Imagine a large roll of fabric. Perhaps you've seen one. Perhaps not. These rolls are quite large. They're often stored in warehouses. Large, often dimly lit warehouses, the kind you might see in an industrial park.
Yes, the fabric. It's important. It's what makes the pouch a pouch. Without the fabric, it wouldn't be a pouch. It would be nothing. Just nothing. The fabric is cut into shapes. The shapes of pouches. Rectangular shapes, square shapes, sometimes round shapes. These shapes are then prepared for the next stage. This involves various processes, which we'll discuss in excruciating detail later. Much later. Perhaps even in a future episode. Perhaps not.
And of course, the zippers. Long lengths of zipper, also on rolls. These rolls are not as large as the fabric rolls, but they are still rolls. They are metallic or plastic. Most times, they have teeth. Sometimes they are coil zippers. The type of zipper can vary. It depends on the type of pouch being made. A small pouch might have a small zipper. A larger pouch might have a larger zipper. It's all quite logical, really. Rather dull, but logical.
Imagine those zippers. Long, thin, metallic, or plastic. They have a slider. The slider moves up and down. It opens and closes the zipper. This allows the pouch to be opened and closed, to put things in and to take things out. It's a simple mechanism, yet effective. Remarkably unremarkable, in fact. We'll discuss the zipper in more detail later, exploring the fascinatingly mundane intricacies of its construction.
So we have the fabric, cut into shapes. We have the zippers, ready to be attached. These are the basic components, the fundamental building blocks of our humble zipper pouch. In the next segment, we'll delve into the process of actually assembling these components. But for now, let the gentle hum of our voices lull you into a state of, well, nothing much at all, really. Just rest.
Now, concerning the thread used in the stitching of these zipper pouches, one might find it interesting to know that thread itself is a rather complex creation. It's spun, you see, from various fibers, often synthetic ones derived from petrochemicals, a process requiring multiple steps of refinement and extrusion. These fibers are then twisted together, very tightly, to form a continuous strand, a thread, if you will. And the color? Well, that's added through dyes, complex chemical compounds, often applied during the fiber production process itself. The specific color, of course, depends on the desired aesthetic of the final pouch. This is quite a process, wouldn't you agree? It's just thread, but there's a lot to it.
Indeed. And let's not forget the zipper itself, a marvel of miniature engineering. Each individual tooth, typically made of metal or plastic, is meticulously shaped and spaced. These teeth interlock, a fascinating mechanism, allowing the two sides of the pouch to be joined or separated with a simple sliding motion. The slider, the small piece we grasp with our fingers, guides the teeth, orchestrating their intricate dance of connection and disconnection. The manufacturing process of these zippers, often automated, involves precision molding and assembly. Quite a feat, wouldn't you say? All those tiny parts working together. Quite something.
Absolutely. The zipper tape, the fabric strip to which the zipper teeth are attached, is also a key component. This tape, often made of woven polyester or nylon, provides a sturdy base for the zipper, ensuring its durability and smooth operation. The selection of the material for the tape is crucial, influencing the overall quality and longevity of the zipper and, by extension, the pouch itself. It's not just a random strip of fabric, you see. There's a lot of consideration that goes into its selection. Quite a bit, actually.
Indeed. And consider the machinery involved in the manufacturing process. These are complex machines, often automated, precisely calibrated to perform specific tasks. They cut, sew, and assemble with remarkable efficiency, producing zipper pouches at a rate that would be impossible by hand. The maintenance of these machines is another aspect, requiring specialized technicians, ensuring smooth operation, and minimizing downtime. These are complex processes, involving many moving parts, both literally and figuratively. It's quite remarkable.
Precisely. And think about the quality control checks. Each pouch, once assembled, undergoes rigorous inspection, ensuring that the zipper functions smoothly, that the seams are strong, and that the overall construction meets the required standards. This attention to detail, however tedious it may seem, is essential for ensuring customer satisfaction. After all, a faulty zipper can render a pouch useless, so these checks are, in fact, quite important. Very important indeed.
Yes, and the packaging. After the pouches are inspected, they are carefully packaged, often in clear plastic bags or cardboard boxes, to protect them during shipping and storage. The design of the packaging itself is a consideration, balancing functionality with aesthetics. It must protect the pouches while also being visually appealing to the consumer. The placement of labels and barcodes is also carefully planned, ensuring efficient scanning and tracking throughout the supply chain. It's quite a complex process, this packaging. Quite complex.
Indeed. The shipping and distribution network is a vast and complex system, involving trucks, trains, ships, and airplanes, all working in concert to transport the finished pouches from the factory to retailers across the globe. This logistical undertaking requires careful planning and coordination, ensuring that the pouches arrive at their destination on time and in good condition. It's a global effort, really, involving many people and processes. Quite a global effort indeed.
And ultimately, these zipper pouches, products of a complex manufacturing process, end up in the hands of consumers, used for a variety of purposes, from storing small items to organizing belongings. They are ubiquitous, these pouches, found in homes, offices, and bags everywhere. Their simple functionality belies the complex journey they undertake from raw materials to finished product. It's quite a journey, wouldn't you say? Quite a journey.
So we were talking about the zipper, that fascinating, yet simultaneously unremarkable fastening device, and how it's attached to the pouch. The two sides of the zipper, you see, they need to be attached to the fabric of the pouch. This is a crucial step, wouldn't you agree? Otherwise, the zipper wouldn't function as intended. It's a simple concept, yet so vital to the overall construction of the zipper pouch. We're talking about the very essence of the pouch's functionality here, attaching the zipper. It's a process, a series of actions leading to a result. And that result is a functional zipper pouch.
Yes, the attachment of the zipper to the fabric is quite a thing to consider. The fabric, often a synthetic material, sometimes a natural fiber like cotton perhaps, is prepared to receive the zipper. This preparation might involve cutting and shaping, ensuring the edges are aligned correctly. Precision is key, or at least, it's a factor. The zipper, with its interlocking teeth, needs to be secured to the fabric in a way that allows it to open and close smoothly. Imagine the frustration of a zipper that catches or snags. Unacceptable. So, the attachment process is vital for a satisfactory zipper pouch experience. One could say it's the crux of the matter. A pouch without a functional zipper is just a piece of fabric, really.
Now we've discussed the zipper itself, those interlocking teeth, and how they mesh together. But let's revisit the concept of attaching the zipper to the pouch. Think about it. The fabric, cut and shaped, awaiting the zipper. The zipper, waiting to be attached. Two separate entities, soon to be united. This union, this joining of zipper and fabric, is what makes a zipper pouch a zipper pouch. It's fundamental to the whole concept. Without this joining, there is no pouch, no zipper functionality. Just separate pieces. Disparate elements. Unfulfilled potential. A zipper alone is merely a zipper. Fabric alone is simply fabric. Together, they become something more. A zipper pouch.
The process of attaching the zipper can vary. There are different methods, different machines, different techniques. Some might involve sewing, the careful stitching that binds the zipper to the fabric. Others might use adhesives, a sort of bonding agent. Each method has its own nuances, its own specificities. The choice of method often depends on the type of fabric, the type of zipper, the desired outcome. It's a matter of matching the right technique to the specific requirements of the pouch. A complex interplay of factors. The type of thread, the type of needle, the tension of the stitching. These details matter. In their own small way, they contribute to the overall quality and functionality of the final product. The humble zipper pouch.
Imagine the factory floor. Machines whirring, needles stitching, zippers being attached to pouches. A symphony of production. Or perhaps not a symphony, but a process. A methodical, repetitive process. Each step carefully executed, each zipper meticulously attached. It's a scene of quiet efficiency. Or maybe not quiet, but certainly efficient. The workers, focused on their tasks, ensuring the zippers are properly aligned, securely fastened. They're creating zipper pouches, one after another. A seemingly endless stream of zipper pouches, each one identical, yet each one also unique. A paradox of mass production.
And the pouches themselves, they come in all shapes and sizes. Small pouches for coins, larger pouches for toiletries, even larger pouches for travel documents. The possibilities are vast, almost overwhelming. Think about it, the sheer variety of zipper pouches in the world. It's quite something. Each pouch designed for a specific purpose, a specific function. A small pouch for holding small items. A large pouch for holding larger items. It's a simple concept, yet so versatile. So adaptable. The zipper pouch. A humble yet essential item in our modern world. A testament to the ingenuity of human design.
We've talked about the zipper, the fabric, the attachment process. Now let's think about the finished product. The zipper pouch, complete and functional, ready to hold whatever small items its owner chooses to place inside. Coins, keys, cosmetics, small tools. The possibilities are, as we've discussed, vast. A small universe contained within a simple zipper pouch. It's quite a thought. This small, unassuming object, capable of holding so much. A silent guardian of our belongings, a humble servant of organization. The zipper pouch.
And so, the zipper pouch continues its journey. From the factory floor to the hands of the consumer. From a collection of raw materials to a finished product. A transformation complete. It's a journey that most of us never think about. Yet it happens millions of times a day, all around the world. Zipper pouches being manufactured, shipped, purchased, used. A silent cycle of production and consumption. A testament to the interconnectedness of our global economy. A small, unassuming object, playing its part in the larger tapestry of human existence. The zipper pouch. A simple, yet profound example of modern manufacturing.
So we've talked about the zipper teeth, the slider, and the fabric. Now let's consider the process of attaching the zipper to the pouch. This often involves a sewing machine, though sometimes it's done by hand. Imagine a needle, rhythmically going up and down, meticulously stitching the zipper tape to the fabric edge. In, out, in, out. A steady, almost hypnotic rhythm. Sometimes I find myself staring at the sewing machine's needle at the dry cleaners, lost in its repetitive motion. It's quite mesmerizing. Or maybe it's just me. Either way, the zipper is attached, and we're one step closer to a completed pouch. I've also noticed a lot of dry cleaners have those spinning racks of clothes, the ones that constantly rotate. I wonder how those work. Probably some kind of motor, I suppose.
Yes, the attachment process is quite something. The precision required to align the zipper teeth with the fabric edges, ensuring a smooth and functional closure. It's a testament to the skill of those involved in the manufacturing process. Thinking about the tiny stitches holding the zipper in place, It's remarkable how such small components can contribute to the overall functionality of an everyday item like a zipper pouch. It makes you appreciate the complexity hidden within seemingly simple objects. I once tried to sew a button back onto a shirt, and it was surprisingly difficult. I ended up pricking my finger multiple times. Perhaps I should have used a thimble. Or maybe taken it to a professional. There's probably a whole industry dedicated to sewing buttons back onto shirts.
And what about the different types of zippers? There are metal zippers, plastic zippers, invisible zippers, each with its own unique characteristics and manufacturing process. Imagine the tiny teeth of a metal zipper, each individually molded and linked together. Or the smooth, almost seamless appearance of an invisible zipper. It's fascinating to consider the variety within this seemingly mundane component. I once had a jacket with a broken zipper. It was quite inconvenient. I had to use a safety pin to keep it closed. Perhaps I should have just replaced the zipper. They sell replacement zippers, don't they? I wonder where you would buy one of those.
The variations in zipper construction are quite remarkable. Think about the different sizes of zippers too, from the tiny zippers on coin purses to the large, heavy-duty zippers on luggage. Each designed for a specific purpose, each contributing to the functionality of the item it's attached to. The scale of production, too, is something to consider. Millions of zippers are manufactured every day, all over the world. It's a global industry. Imagine all those zippers, going about their zipping business. Quite something. I remember once seeing a documentary about factories. It was quite informative. They showed how various products are made, from start to finish. Quite fascinating, actually.
Now, back to the pouch itself. Once the zipper is attached, the two halves of the fabric are sewn together, creating the enclosed space that defines the pouch. This seemingly simple step involves careful alignment and precise stitching, ensuring that the final product is both functional and aesthetically pleasing. Think of the various shapes and sizes of pouches, from small coin purses to larger toiletry bags. Each requires a slightly different approach to construction. I wonder what the most popular pouch size is. Probably something medium-sized, I suppose. Not too big, not too small. Just right. Like Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
The stitching process is crucial. A strong, even stitch ensures the durability and longevity of the pouch. Imagine the stress placed on the seams when the pouch is filled to capacity. The stitches must be able to withstand the pressure. The thread used for stitching is also an important factor. Different threads have different strengths and properties. Some are more resistant to abrasion, others are more flexible. The choice of thread depends on the intended use of the pouch. I once had a pouch where the stitching came undone. It was quite frustrating. All my belongings spilled out. It was a mess.
Thinking about the different materials used in pouch construction, from the fabric to the zipper to the thread, it's a symphony of materials, each playing its part in creating a functional and often aesthetically pleasing final product. The colors, the textures, the patterns. It all adds up to a unique and individualized item. I once saw a pouch made entirely of recycled materials. It was quite impressive. I wonder if they're more difficult to manufacture. Probably not, I suppose. Recycling is important.
Absolutely. And let's not forget the various closures used on pouches. Zippers are the most common, of course, but there are also snaps, buttons, Velcro, and even drawstrings. Each closure mechanism has its own advantages and disadvantages. Snaps are quick and easy to use, but they can sometimes come undone unexpectedly. Buttons are more secure, but they require a bit more effort to fasten. Velcro is convenient, but it can be noisy. And drawstrings offer a secure closure, but they can be fiddly to operate. It's all a matter of personal preference, really.
So we've talked a bit about the zipper, the fabric, and how they come together. And now I think it's helpful perhaps to circle back to the very beginning. We talked about the fabric being cut. And I think it's important to remember that this cutting isn't just any cutting. It's a precise cutting, a measured cutting, a cutting that's done with, cutters. They're sharp, these cutters. Or sometimes they're not sharp, and they have to be sharpened. And someone has to sharpen them. And that's a whole other process, the sharpening. But we're talking about the cutting of the fabric. Specifically, the cutting into the shapes that will eventually, after much more processing, become the pouch shapes. So yes, the cutting. An important first step.
Yes, the cutting. Absolutely. A foundational step, wouldn't you say? The fabric just sitting there, whole and uncut, has no potential to be a zipper pouch. It just exists as fabric. Perhaps it's a large roll of fabric. Perhaps it's a smaller piece. Maybe it's a remnant from another project. We don't know. But the cutting gives it purpose. It defines its future. A future as a zipper pouch. And the shape of that cut, well, that determines the shape of the eventual pouch. A rectangular cut, a square cut, maybe even a circular cut. So many possibilities. But the cutting is where it all begins. It's the genesis of the pouch, really. The pre-pouch phase, if you will. Before it's even a pouch, it's just cut fabric. Waiting.
Waiting, yes. A good word for it. Just waiting. Waiting for the next step. And what is that next step? Well, we talked about it earlier, but it bears repeating. It's the zipper itself. And where does the zipper come from? Well, that's a whole other manufacturing process, isn't it? The making of the zipper. We could spend a whole other podcast, perhaps several, on the intricacies of zipper manufacturing. But for now, let's just assume the zipper exists. It's there, ready to be attached to the cut fabric, ready to fulfill its zipper destiny. A destiny of opening and closing. A noble destiny, really.
A noble destiny, indeed. The zipper. 2 strips of teeth, meticulously interlocked. Or perhaps not yet interlocked. Perhaps they're still separate, waiting to be brought together, waiting for their own moment of unity. The slider. That little piece that moves up and down, connecting and disconnecting the teeth. A small but crucial component. Imagine a zipper without a slider. Utterly useless. Just 2 strips of teeth. So the slider is essential. And the teeth, of course. Metal teeth, plastic teeth. So many choices. But we digress. We're talking about the zipper being attached to the fabric.
The attachment process. Yes. Another crucial step. The sewing. The stitching. The bringing together of the zipper and the fabric. This can be done by hand, of course, with a needle and thread. A slow, deliberate process. Or it can be done by a machine. A sewing machine, whirring and clicking, pushing the needle in and out, in and out. A rhythmic, repetitive motion. Creating a seam. Joining the zipper to the fabric. Securing it in place. Creating the opening, the gateway to the inside of the pouch. The future contents of the pouch, whatever they may be, we don't know yet. That's for the owner of the pouch to decide.
The owner of the pouch. Yes, they will fill it with their belongings, their treasures, their everyday essentials. Pens, perhaps? Or pencils, maybe some small tools. Or cosmetics, or perhaps nothing at all. An empty pouch, awaiting its purpose. Like the uncut fabric, full of potential. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. We're still talking about the manufacturing process, the creation of the pouch itself. Before it's filled. Before it has a purpose. Just a pouch. A simple zipper pouch.
A simple zipper pouch. Yes. And yet, so much goes into its creation. So many steps. So many considerations. The fabric, the zipper, the stitching. It's a complex process when you break it down. And yet, the end result is so simple. A pouch. A container. A vessel for holding things. A small, unassuming object, but an object with a story. A story of manufacturing. A story of cutting and stitching and zipping. A story we are slowly, meticulously unraveling.
Unraveling, yes. A good word. We are unraveling the story of the zipper pouch. Layer by layer. Stitch by stitch. Tooth by tooth. Else. We are exploring the intricate details of its creation. From the initial cutting of the fabric to the final stitching of the zipper. And perhaps, in the next segment, we can delve even deeper into the nuances of the manufacturing process. Perhaps we can discuss the different types of thread used, or the various types of zipper pulls. The possibilities are endless. And yet, we will continue to explore them. Slowly. Methodically. And perhaps, a little bit boringly.
So we've talked about the fabric, and we've touched upon the zipper, or at least the concept of it. Now imagine, if you will, the two coming together. It's a process. Not unlike, perhaps, spreading butter on toast. Only instead of butter, it's a zipper. And instead of toast, it's fabric. And instead of a knife, it's a machine, a specialized machine. They use these in factories. Factories are large buildings where things are made. These machines are designed specifically for attaching zippers to fabric. They're quite something. Or, rather, they would be, if one were interested in that sort of thing. But we're here to relax, so just imagine the zipper and the fabric slowly coming together.
Yes, the coming together, it's a crucial stage. We have the two halves of the pouch, essentially rectangles of fabric, cut and possibly pre-treated, lying flat. Imagine them lying there, just resting. And then the zipper, also lying flat but separate. Think of its teeth, all lined up, patiently waiting. Now these aren't teeth like ours, of course. More like interlocking metal or plastic elements. Small, individually insignificant, but collectively, they form the zipper. And the zipper, in turn, joins the fabric pieces. It's a fascinating interplay when you think about it, or perhaps not. The point is, it happens. In the factory. With the machines.
These machines, as I was saying, are specialized. They feed the zipper tape, that's the fabric part of the zipper, the part that isn't the teeth, alongside the edge of the fabric. It's a delicate operation, relatively speaking. Or it would be, if we were performing it by hand. But the machine does it all. Automatically. Precisely. It's quite remarkable. Or not, depending on your perspective. The point is, the machine moves the zipper and the fabric together at a consistent speed. Not too fast, not too slow. Just right. Just right. Just right for attaching a zipper to a pouch. It's all very controlled. Very predictable. Which is good. Predictability is restful.
Restful indeed. And the machine doesn't just bring the zipper and fabric together, it also sews them in place. With thread. Very strong thread. Usually nylon or something similar. The thread is fed from a spool, a cylindrical object upon which the thread is wound. The machine uses a needle, much like a sewing needle, but powered by a motor. And this needle goes up and down, pushing the thread through the fabric and the zipper tape, binding them together, stitch by stitch. It's a repetitive process, monotonous even, but essential. Without the stitching, the zipper wouldn't stay attached. The pouch wouldn't be a pouch.
Imagine the needle going up and down, up and down. A steady rhythm. Like a slow, gentle pulse. The machine is making hundreds, if not thousands, of these tiny stitches per minute. Each stitch is small, almost insignificant on its own. But together they create a strong seam, a seam that holds the zipper securely to the fabric. A seam that, ultimately, helps define the shape and function of the zipper pouch. It's all quite something. Or not. It depends, I suppose, on one's level of interest in seams.
And it's not just one side of the zipper. The process is repeated for the other side. Another piece of fabric. Another length of zipper tape. More stitching, the same steady, rhythmic up and down of the needle. The same precise feeding of the materials through the machine. The same everything, really. Just mirrored, as if the machine is looking into a mirror. A machine mirror, reflecting its actions, creating symmetry, pouch symmetry. It's quite something to contemplate. Or not. As we said, we're here to relax.
After the zipper is attached to both sides of the fabric, there's still more to do. The two pieces of fabric, now joined by the zipper, need to be fully sewn together to form the pouch. This involves more stitching, of course, more up and down of the needle, more feeding of the fabric through the machine. But this time, it's not just about attaching the zipper. It's about creating the pouch itself, giving it its three-dimensional form, its pouchness. It's a subtle but important distinction. Or perhaps not. It all depends, as we've said, on one's interest in pouches.
Indeed, the creation of the pouchness, it's the culmination of all the previous steps. The cutting of the fabric, the preparation of the zipper, the careful alignment and stitching. All of these lead to this moment. The moment where the flat pieces of fabric become a pouch. A container. A vessel for things. Small things, usually. Keys, coins, perhaps a small trinket. The possibilities are limited, of course, by the size of the pouch. But they exist. The possibilities exist. Always. Within the pouch. Waiting to be filled.
We've been talking about zippers and pouches, and how they come together. It's a process, a series of steps. One might even say a journey, from separate pieces to a unified whole. It makes you think about other things that are unified wholes, like a loaf of bread, or a brick, or a cloud. They exist as single entities, but they're also made up of smaller parts, like how a cloud is made of water droplets, and a brick is made of, well, brick stuff, and bread is made of flour, and water, and yeast, and sometimes other things. It's quite fascinating when you think about it. Or not. It's really up to you. We're just here to talk about zippers and pouches, and how they are made.
Yes, the process. It's quite something. From raw materials to finished product. A transformation. Like a caterpillar to a butterfly. Or a seed to a tree. Or maybe even just ice melting into water. These are all transformations. Changes of state. The zipper pouch, too, undergoes a transformation. From flat pieces of fabric and a zipper, it becomes a three-dimensional object. A container. A vessel for holding things. Small things, usually. Sometimes medium-sized things. But rarely large things. Unless it's a very large zipper pouch. Which is a different thing altogether. We're talking about regular-sized zipper pouches here. A kind you might find in a store. Or a drawer. Or a bag.
And these pouches, these containers, they serve a purpose. They hold things. They keep things organized. Or at least, that's the idea. Sometimes they just end up adding to the clutter. Another thing to keep track of. Another thing to lose. But that's not the fault of the pouch itself. It's just doing its job. Holding things. Containing things. Existing in the world. Like everything else. Just taking up space. Occupying a volume. Having a mass. Subject to the laws of physics, just like us.
We are also subject to the laws of physics. We exist, we take up space, we have mass, we interact with the world around us. Just like the zipper pouches. We are all part of the same universe, connected in some way, even if we don't always realize it. It's something to think about. Or not. It's entirely up to you. We're just here to talk about zipper pouches and the process of making them. And sometimes, we digress. It happens.
Digressions. They happen. Like rain. Or sunshine. Or the changing of the seasons. They are a part of life. A part of the natural order of things. Just like zipper pouches. They exist. They are made. They are used. And sometimes, they are forgotten. Lost in the back of a drawer. Or at the bottom of a bag, waiting to be rediscovered. Or not. It's a mystery. Like so many things in life.
Mysteries. They abound. Everywhere we look. From the smallest things to the largest. From the workings of a zipper pouch to the vastness of the universe. It can be overwhelming. Or not. It depends on your perspective. How you choose to see the world. Whether you focus on the details, or the big picture, or something in between. It's all a matter of perspective.
Perspective. It's important. It shapes how we see things, how we interpret the world around us. It can make a simple thing like a zipper pouch seem complex, or a complex thing seem simple. It all depends on your perspective, your point of view, your frame of reference. These are all just words. But they have meaning. They convey something. Even if it's just a vague sense of something, that's enough. Sometimes.
Sometimes enough is enough. Sometimes it's more than enough. Sometimes it's not enough at all. It all depends on the context, the situation, the circumstances, like a zipper pouch. Sometimes you need one. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have one and you don't even realize it. It's just there. In the background. A silent companion, holding your small things. Or medium-sized things. Or maybe even nothing at all.
So we've talked about the zipper, the fabric, the cutting, the stitching. We've visualized, haven't we, the way these pieces come together. Or maybe not. It's not really essential to visualize it, but it's something you can do if you like. It's a bit like watching paint dry, really, this whole process. And we've only talked about one type of pouch, of course. There are so many other types. We could talk about those, I suppose, in another episode, Or perhaps not. It depends, really, on whether we feel like it. And whether anyone is even listening at this point. They might be asleep. Which is fine, of course. That's the whole point.
Yes, the point is to be so uninteresting that sleep becomes the only reasonable escape. We've considered the individual components, the fabric, the zipper, which itself is a marvel of simple complexity we barely touched upon. Imagine the tiny teeth, interlocking, separating. It's a whole other podcast episode right there. Or several, perhaps. We could delve into the metallurgy of the zipper, the different types of pulls, the history of the zipper. But we won't. Not today. We're talking about pouches. Specifically, the unexciting journey from raw materials to finished product. A journey, one might say, without much of a destination. Just a pouch. Sitting there. Being a pouch.
A pouch, yes. Containing things. Or nothing. Perhaps it's just sitting on a shelf. Or in a drawer. Waiting for something to be put inside. Or not. It could just remain empty indefinitely. Like this conversation, perhaps. We're just filling the air with words, really. Not necessarily saying anything meaningful. Just sounds. Droning on and on about pouches. Zipper pouches. It's quite remarkable, really, how long we can talk about something so utterly mundane.
It is a skill, perhaps. Or maybe a lack of skill. The ability to drain the excitement from any topic. We could talk about the quality control process, I suppose. Someone inspecting the pouches. Checking the seams. Making sure the zipper works. Imagine that job. Day in, day out. Checking zippers. It's a living, I suppose. But not a very thrilling one. Unless you find zippers thrilling, of course. Which is possible, I suppose. Anything is possible.
We haven't even considered the different colors of pouches. They come in all sorts of colors, you know. Blue, red, green, yellow. Sometimes even patterned. Stripes, polka dots, imagine. A polka dot zipper pouch. Containing, perhaps, other polka dot items. Or not. It could contain anything, really. Or nothing. It's a versatile item, the pouch, a humble servant of our everyday needs. Or sometimes, just a thing that sits in a drawer. Unused. Unused. Forgotten. Like this podcast, perhaps. Forgotten.
And what about the machinery used to manufacture these pouches? We've glossed over that entirely. The whirring, the clicking, the rhythmic stamping. Or perhaps not rhythmic. Perhaps it's a chaotic cacophony of mechanical noise. I don't know, really. I've never actually seen a zipper pouch being made. Have you? Probably not. It's not the sort of thing one witnesses in everyday life. Unless you work in a zipper pouch factory, of course. Which, again, is a possibility. A remote possibility, perhaps, but still a possibility.
We could talk about the thread. The thread used to stitch the fabric together. What kind of thread is it? Polyester? Cotton? Something else entirely? It's a mystery, really. A mystery we may never solve. Or perhaps we could just look it up online. But that would require effort. And effort is something we try to avoid here on the Boring Podcast. Effort is the enemy of boredom. And boredom is our friend. Our closest companion. Our guiding star. Leading us gently into the realm of sleep, where pouches and zippers and threads and all the other mundane details of life fade away into nothingness.
Yes, nothingness. A blissful void, free from the tyranny of zippers and pouches. A place where we can finally rest. Until the next episode, of course, when we will return to the world of the mundane. To explore some other equally uninteresting topic. In excruciating detail. Until then, sleep soundly. Or don't. It doesn't really matter either way. We'll be here, talking. About nothing in particular. Forever. Or until we run out of things to say. Which, at this rate, seems highly unlikely. At night. Or perhaps not. It might be morning where you are. Time is a relative concept, after all. Especially on The Boring Podcast. Goodbye. For now. Perhaps.
Thank you for joining us. Let go of the day and drift softly into rest. There's nothing more to do. Nothing more to think about. Just this moment. Just your breath. Just peace. Sleep well.
Good night and sweet dreams.